Okay, got a question from Kent Taylor from Honolulu, Hawaii. He asked about did I build a windbreak or is there a windbreak by my cabin? There is actually. I'm up on a hill about 150 feet up, and about a third of a mile from the beach, although it's about half a mile if you walk it. And it's forested, so there's actually a good break in the wind from those trees. That's nice right now because it is windy some days, and in the winter, that's when some of the bigger storms hit. So I was kind of concerned about that. I've seen 80 knot winds, 110 knot winds even out here. So having that windbreak should be, a good thing. I do have a wind turbine, which hopefully will still get some wind. I think it'll be fine, but I do need some wind. But just looking at the way things are down here on the beach, I'm glad I'm not down here on the beach because the winds here are just insane. I'll show you behind me. You can see all these trees. This is all just driftwood that drifted in, and it goes all the way up this hill, quite a ways. And these are giant trees. I can't even move them at all. I can't make them budge. Some of these are 20 feet long and maybe 18 inches in diameter. So if you think about the storm that came here and knocked that up here, I would not want to live in a cabin on the beach. Now you can see behind me, like right here, there is a little cabin, and it seems to be doing okay, but the owner doesn't live there in the wintertime. He probably just comes out for a week or two in the summer, as most people do. It would have been a lot easier to build my cabin on the beach because this has been a real hassle. I've got to carry everything up a hill. It's like Sisyphus, but basically I've got plywood and I carry it up a hill on my back and then through a forest, and I've got up to 10 inches of water on some of the path through the forest. It's just mucky. Even my land is muddy. So even though it's on a hill and the water isn't collecting too badly, but it would have been easier to get here, but I think I'm going to be a lot happier on the property that I'm on. So the other nice thing about the trees is that it really makes it very, very quiet. I'm down here on the beach, and the ocean's pretty quiet right now, but this morning it was quite noisy when I was down here. There's also a lot of streams running, and they almost sound like engines. They're just going all the time, and my property's relatively quiet, so that's real nice. And once we get buried in snow, a couple inches of snow, the snow really absorbs the sound, and I think it's really going to make it a lot more quiet. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but that is what it is. You asked about my wood needs. I'm actually not sure what I need. I'm just going to collect as much wood as I can. When I first planned to come out here, I thought I'd just bring a bow saw and about 15 blades, and I've got that. But I finally relented and decided to bring a chainsaw. Some people talked to me about it. Plus, I had a month delay in departure. So I kind of said, I've lost a month time to collect wood. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do on the wood scene. I don't really want to cut down trees. I'm hoping there's a lot of dead trees around, and I'm trying to avoid using driftwood. I've read that there are some dangers there in burning driftwood because of the chemical reactions with the salt water can generate high dioxin levels, which can be carcinogenic and cause birth defects and whatnot, kind of like Agent Orange, though I'm not really sure how much of that is how big of a danger that is relative to what's going on overall. There are lots of dangers, and we'll see what we can do. But that's a good question. He also said, "Don't pay attention to the people who are kind of harassing me, give me a hard time." Yeah, thanks. That's nice. Yeah, there was kind of a couple people that were kind of angry. I'm not really sure why, but when we delayed things about a month, there was a lot of really pretty harsh reaction, really. And there were some things I had to do to take care of my business affairs, and there are also some things I needed to do to make sure I don't get myself killed. So I don't really have apologies for either of those. I'll do whatever I want, and I'll take care of my needs. It is very good that I did hold off. There were a lot of things that I picked up in the last month of my preparation that I think will be really helpful. So that's good. As far as my business affairs, I don't have any kind of television deal or book deal or anything. I'm just doing this independently. So, it's low budget, but it is my budget. So I paid for what I can, and I if I can't afford something, I'll just kind of either make do without it or find a substitute or something along those lines. Though on the other side, the positive is that I have complete control of everything at this point. I am free to do what I want. So I think this is going to be an amazing year, and I'm glad you could come along and watch. Thanks, Scott. Thanks a lot.